What's up, guys? This is Hatsumine. I'm coming to you with an updated deck profile today, and today I want to show you guys my updated Ancient Gear FA deck. So, we got some new support in Circuit Break. The level 4 is decent, and the spell cards are actually really good, despite what people think on, in a vacuum, it doesn't seem good. But when you apply it to a little bit of card theory, etc., whatever, jumbo, market, whatever, it's actually pretty okay. The level 6 is by far the worst FA card in existence. Don't play the card. Just because it is just incredibly impractical to summon, and you don't get a lot of benefits from summoning it. But let's get into the deck profile. For the FA monsters, we're still only playing 6. 3 FA Hang-On Mock, and 3 Whip Crosser. The way that it looks like the deck is starting to form is that the bikes here are stun-oriented, and the cars, I guess you would say that dragsters, I guess, would probably be more accurate. They are more battle-oriented. I think stun is going to be a little bit more powerful, especially in this format, just because that the bikes and the cars still function very much the same. It's just that you get more advantage out of these because Mock becomes Dark Claw and Whip Crosser becomes Mind Drain on ground. So I really like Whip Crosser. Whip Crosser was a very good addition to the deck, and it really helps the deck a lot because the deck can search quite a bit. Next, we're still playing the Symphonic Warrior engine, 3 guitars, and we bumped up mics to 2. Just really powerful. Also, in terms of the meta, this deck's best matchup is probably Magicians, ironically. And the reason why is because you can side Wavering Eyes. Wavering Eyes gets you to guitars faster, and it just sets you up so well. So, yeah, it's just really powerful. Next, 2 Ancient Gear Wyvern. Just really powerful engine in the deck, really sets you up really well. I think only 2 is necessary for Wyvern at the moment, just because you don't always want to see it. The purpose really is to get Catapult into the graveyard. If you open up a Wyvern and a guitar, though, you're in a pretty good spot. So yeah. Next, 1 Destrudo, only 2 under the deck. Just really powerful engine. We're playing a lot of field spells. Ancient Fairy Dragon is just too good to pass up. And finally, for the monsters, 1 Maxi, best hand trap in my opinion still. It's just so sacky, so good. Sound like Donald Trump. Anyway, 3 FA Circuit Grand Prix. The way that this card works is that when it's just destroyed by a card effect, you do not need to control it. Let me re-emphasize that. You do not need to control Circuit Grand Prix or Off-Road Grand Prix, the new field spell, in order to destroy it and get the search. That's dumb. So, anyway, however, it has to be face up, which is the one drawback for it, which is very, very, very unfortunate. But regardless, it's still fairly okay, and Off-Road Grand Prix is fairly okay as well. So one of the things that I like to do with this is just activate it with set rotation, pop it, and whatever field spell you give to your opponent because you really don't care. With Ancient Fairy Dragon, get a search, and you also get a search for another field spell because of Ancient Fairy Dragon. And plus, you get a special summon on top of that because you got the search. So, just really, really powerful. They also boost your levels. Circuit does it during the battle phase. Off-Road does it during the main phase. Off-Road also punishes your opponent for destroying your FAs by battle by discarding a card from their hand. Lets you get a little bit of advantage that way. Circuit Grand Prix, when your FA monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you get to draw a card. I think Off-Road is just insanely better. So, just because you're more than likely going to get run over because this is a tier 3 deck. So, with that, I think the field spells are actually very strong. Next, 3, FA Pit Stop. This is by far the best FA card. That is not Pit Stop. Hello. 3 Pit Stop. And while we're at it, 2 Downforce. Pit Stop is your draw card. You can set this up and get multiple draws really well in this deck. Downforce is, it's alright. Kind of wish it did a little bit more in the grave, but it's still really, really powerful. Lets you get 3 levels for the turn. Instantly makes your monsters level 7. It's also searchable now, so that's why we're only playing 2, and you have a little bit more draw power. So, also, Pit Stop is a Monster Reborn, so Yeah, that's something you should be aware of. 3 terraforming, 3 set rotation, and then on top of that, 1 Dragon Ravine and 1 Oracle of Zephyra. All really good. I think Zephyra's better than Gateway to Chaos, or whatever the hell the card's called. It's the BLS field spell. Just because most Zephyr cards really aren't going to do you a lot of good unless you're playing some weird rogue strategy, such as, I think it was like the Hand Trap Invoked or whatever that topped recently at YCS Dallas. I think Zephyr's just, in general, the better card because Zephyrs do less for you than Lord Gaia does. So that's why we're playing Zephyr. It's also cheaper, but the set rotation is really important. Sets up your Ancient Fairy Dragon very well. And then, of course, Dragon Ravine plus Destrudo is just really powerful. Next, 3 Ancient Gear Catapult. If you haven't seen the last FA deck profile, Ancient Gear Catapult is a very key card in the deck. Lets you pop your field spells to get searches, and it gives you a token. When we finally get Linkuriboh, I did get a pre-order on that, but when we get Linkuriboh, this card will be insanely better as well because it gives you a level 1 token, which is what you need to make Linkuriboh, and Linkuriboh is just a stupid card. Finally, for the last 3 cards of the deck, we are playing 3 Foolish Burial Goods. Card's dumb in this deck. Sets up your catapult plays, sets up your pit stops. Yeah, it just does a lot for the deck. It's just really, really, really good. For the extra deck, we are playing, of course, our Ancient Fairy Dragon. I almost want to bump this up to 2 just because it is so powerful. I just love this card to pieces. 1 Black Rose, because it's Black Rose, pops everything. Also, you can also pop all your face-up FA field spells. It's almost like a backup Ancient Fairy Dragon, and then you get a search on top of that, so I like it a lot. Cyber Dragon Nova, Infinity, really good. 1 Abyss Dweller, and 1 Link Spider, I think. Oh, and then finally 1 Baguska. This is a proxy. I currently don't have a Baguska. I'm still waiting for it in the mail. But I think these cards right here are the ones that you should be playing in this deck. The rest of this extra deck is kind of up to you, and I'm going to go over to what I am playing for the rest of it. Coral Dragon, Stardust Dragon, Omega, because you banish stuff, and you can recycle your catapults, which again is a very key card in the deck. Leo, Star Eater, all of these are possible to make. The likeliness you're going to make them is very low. You have a lot of freedom with the extra deck. These are just examples of things you could play. The way you make these 2 is using the token you get from Catapult and Destrudo. Same with this. It's just really, really weird plays. And then for the XZ monster that you can opt into playing, Tornado Dragon, solid card, why not? And then Proxy Dragon and Deco Talker. Tornado Dragon, I think, is probably, out of the ones that I say are optional, probably the best one just because you can pop your own field spell on your turn and then you can pop a card on your opponent's turn. But these 2 are by far the most replaceable in the deck. Once Linkuriboh comes into play, Deco Talker is definitely getting removed. But Proxy Dragon, I think, is a little bit slightly more useful in terms of playability, so that's why we are playing it. So with that, guys, thank you guys for watching this deck profile. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, have a nice day.